Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Super Bowl 56 prediction podcast. Gilsson Nold, number I forgot. And today we have another special guest, and that is no one.
Nilsson. Forgot. No one's.
Is it just us? It's just us?
It's just us.
Oh, it's been a while.
Yeah,
Okay.
a couple podcasts.
Yeah. Well, let's not waste any more time. The Pro Bowl.
So, the Pro Bowl.
Ooh.
My thoughts on it. Firstly, Alvin Kamara did a felony the night before the Pro Bowl. A felony. I don't know if it was a felony. He assaulted a man, beat him very badly, and then even though there was a war, even though there wasn't a warrant, but even though they knew it was Alvin Kamara, they still let him play in the Pro Bowl.
That's the most action you got all night too.
Yeah, and talking about Las Vegas and players from the SEC, I don't know what, man, but some, especially ones from Alabama, something just doesn't seem to fit right there. But nonetheless,
Gotta beat up people, man.
nonetheless, that was the most enjoyment that came out of the Pro Bowl was Alvin Kamara beating up a man for the Pro Bowl because nothing really happened. I mean, I'm pretty sure more points were scored on defense because no one wanted to tackle the defenders than points were scored on offense.
I mean, the one good thing that came out of this is that Justin Herbert won the MVP for this game. That's
also
great.
Micah Parsons actually hitting a player.
I mean, look at that. I mean, just don't look at the here's the thing. I've always wanted to see a Pro Bowl go high scoring again. I'm tired of the defensive Pro Bowls. Don't look at the 41-35. I think it's a shootout.
Yeah, it wasn't. I think the NFC got like an extra point or whatever. But like, this is my thing. This is just my thing. I don't like two-hand touch Pro Bowls. I'm sorry, but that's not entertainment. I understand you don't want the guys get tackled, but like, you could wrap them up at the very least.
Plus, why bring your punters there? I seen the interview of that one punter. He was trying not to cry, not literally, but you know, he was depressed.
It gets to a certain point of just either punt the ball, like actually play it. There has to be some form of competitiveness. And the last time the Pro Bowl was really competitive was whenever they actually had the Hall of Famers be the coaches or whatever, or the people who draft people.
And I took that for granted. I was thinking that's bad, but no, dude, this brings a lot of fantasy things like NFC players, AFC players, tag teaming. Like, I took that for granted, man.
Like, here's the thing. I mean, it did get pretty dull towards the end to where we are now. But the first 2 years were like really, really good, and I missed that type of competitiveness. I remember the only reason why they did that was because Roger Goodell was thinking about canning the Pro Bowl because it wasn't competitive enough. And you know what? I'm down with that. I mean, people can be listed as the Pro Bowl and not have to play in some game that no one's going to watch. And the only people that do watch it is the hope that we actually get a game and not just a bunch of millionaires trying
to get a free 40,000 check.
Well, no, it was incentives for charity. So,
I mean, that's good. I mean, I'm glad they are, but it's like, God dang, I mean, the freaking NBA, as somebody said, for the NBA All-Star Game, you know, the first half is always meh, but the second half is just electric fire. Like, why can't the Pro Bowl be like that? Why can't the first half just be absolute ass and the second half just be just fun? Why does the whole thing have to be horrible?
Why can't the Pro Bowl just be competitive for the sake of, okay, we want why can't the NFL try to make it like an actual type of competitiveness? Like, okay, AFC, NFC, you have to win, you know, for the pride of your conference. Like, which conference is best, AFC or NFC? Like, why not have it be competitive instead of just a bunch of people there for shits and giggles, right?
Yeah, you're winning. You're winning for a reason. And somebody else suggested this idea, and I'm down for this. So this can really stop the level of tanking, in my opinion. Why not have it be, you know, the lesser bowl, the two worst record teams going against each other? The winner gets number one seed. I mean, number one draft pick.
I would say yes, but that would be one of the worst games of all time, and I mean that legitimately, because both teams would want to lose.
Yeah, Zach, no, you win to get the pick.
Oh, you win to get the pick?
Yes,
oh.
I mean you have to actually try again.
Oh,
you have to try.
The team that loses gets them one. They're like, what? No. You know,
yeah, Chargers are freaking Raiders. I still want the tie. But But yeah, I mean that gives you a reason to care. I mean, back then, I'm just trying to wonder what was back then that made them care so much that they don't care now.
I don't
Pride?
know. That's what I will say, and this is my final little bit on the Pro Bowl. The most enjoyment I did have was finding out that our NFL screens are actually delayed. Our TV screens are delayed from what actually goes on in the field.
Which is like, I mean, I think it's good. I think they do that because,
I mean, it's not hopefully delayed. It's not always delayed. It is pretty accurate. But, like, I was watching Tyrann Mathieu' live stream, and a play was happening on his feed while the team was still getting out of the huddle.
I think it's one of those things where, there was, like, cussing or anything like that. Blur it. Censor it.
It also could have just been my screen, but, like, the fact that there's somewhere in the world where, like, the game is delayed from what actually happens on the field to getting it screen.
For all we know, somebody could have already seen the Super Bowl by now. And it's just like,
what?
It's the funnest of things.
It's the funniest of things, but yeah.
But yeah, this has to be one of the worst NFL games of all time. I mean, you got to really think about something with the Pro Bowl after this. You really do.
Oh yeah.
That's it for that. Ha! Ha ha! Super Bowl debate time. Originally, we were going to flip a coin, but then realization came into play. It doesn't matter who won. One person was going to pick one team anyways. So, me, representing my fellow neighbor, the Rams.
And me, representing Joey Burr and the Bengal boys.
Woo! We got to defend. Defend.
Essentially how this goes is we're going to try to make a case for why each team deserves to win the Super Bowl, why each team will win the Super Bowl.
Even if me over here does not want the Rams to win, but it does not fucking matter, Kyle.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess we'll flip a coin with who goes first then.
Yes.
I pick heads.
I pick tails, because there's no choice. Oh man, if I don't have a good compelling argument for the Rams, this is a double win.
Do you have the coin?
Oh, I thought you were the one that had the coin.
I don't have a coin!
Oh, yeah, I got a coin. That's why you were asking me you had the coin. Alright. Heads I win, tails you lose.
Bitch.
Tails! Oh boy.
So Nilsson goes first.
Alright. So, now I'm not one that knows all players' names and knows much backstory, but here's my support in the Rams debate of the Super Bowl. This Rams team, here's the thing, there's a difference between this Rams team and the last Rams team that made the Super Bowl. Firstly, that Rams team did not deserve to make the Super Bowl. This one earned their opportunity. I guess. I mean, Jimmy Garoppolo didn't have any, PI shit. This time, the Rams actually worked hard to get here. I mean, they freaking blew out the Cardinals, pretty much made Kyler Murray consider leaving the fucking Cardinals, which I don't know what that's all about. Then they nearly blew a lead against Buccaneers, which, trust me, I think that could be a really good argument as to why to root against the Rams. But for me, it's one of those things, it's Tom Brady. You can never have a big lead against him. And I think the thing that counts most is the fact that he kept the lead. Matthew Stafford showed that he can be clutch, especially in the playoffs. And then it comes the third game against the 49ers. They also made a comeback themselves. They were down 17-7 in the fourth quarter. They were able to turn things around. They stepped up mega on defense. Say what you want about Jimmy Garoppolo. I mean, he's can be good for a few quarters and bad one and good for all of them. I don't know. But they stepped up when it mattered most. And they got the win. They absolutely earned their way to the Super Bowl to take on the Bengals. In fact, Rams, at one point did have a collapse.
True.
They did. They were like 7-0, I think, or 7-1. It was something like that, and they went on like a 3-game losing streak. And we'll look at that when we get to the season recaps, where I'm not defending this bullshit team. But for now, they had a collapse, but they turned things around. I mean, yes, I know they're doing what the Buccaneers did. Trust me, I don't like it either. Just get all these superstars, but I cannot deny the fact they made it here with those set superstars, meaning they're actually using them properly. All right. I'll give them that. It's not like the Buccaneers Super Bowl run. This run is a lot different. They earned their opportunity here. And honestly, this Rams team's fighting for fucking Matthew. I mean, my gosh, look at Matthew's stat for 40 touchdowns this season, man. I mean, almost 20 picks, but 40 touchdowns. This guy is just laying it up. If the 3 playoff games not showing you anything so far, Matthew Stafford's not going to choke it here. Matthew Stafford will go on that Bengals defense. You cannot fool this man. This man is a veteran compared to Joe Burrow, who's in his second season, which I am impressed that he made it here on his second season like Russell Wilson. But look at Matthew here, man.
Okay, I guess it's my turn.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to be like a back and forth debate or like 1 minute talk. I don't know.
No, we're going to do 1 minute talk. But okay, so the Bengals. Honestly, the first case in point that I'm going to put to why the Bengals deserve to win this over the Rams, the fans. The fans have been loyal to the Bengals for the last 30 years of horrible play on the field. The last 30 years of playoff heartbreak in the wildcard round to the Steelers or the Texans. The last 30 years of no real joy. The last 30 years of not an indoor facility and them being the only team. They literally practice under a highway.
Yeah.
Last 30 years. And you know what? For their send-off to go to LA, the Bengals saw 30,000 people in attendance for their send-off. Just for a send-off. That's how loyal that team is. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if all 30,000 of those fans buy a ticket to the next plane that they can and go to LA right now. 30 years. Next up, the talent on offense. I mean, whenever you think of like young talent, the Bengals are one of the youngest teams in the league. I'm pretty sure like their average age of roster, and I've said this previously, is like 25 or 28 or something. That's impressive.
Yeah, most of the players are in their first or second season.
Oh yeah, like, that's crazy impressive. And to think about all of these players, you have Jamar Chase in his rookie season, and something that Nilsson and I have always liked. We always like rookies winning it in their first year. That way,
yeah,
right?
Exactly. Or second.
So first or second year, and then there's T. Higgins, who's also in his second year, and he's really had a breakout season. Tyler Boyd is the veteran of that wide receiver corps. C.J. Uzama, if he plays, will be a very key and integral figure. Joe Mixon, is really one of the top best running backs in the league, easily top 10.
Oh, yeah.
And you just have that great set of talent, Then, I'm not gonna, the offensive line, it is a little bit, iffy, right? A little bit iffy, The defense is a little hot and cold, but the weird thing about this Bengals defense is they come in clutch when they need to. Whether it's interception...
And compare that to the Bengals and the Rams, they have a stacked defense.
Yeah, but whether that is an interception against Derek Carr in the final waning seconds of their first playoff win in 30 years, or whether it's the clutch interception that got from a tip of Ryan Tannehill, or even better yet, a clutch interception off of a tip from Jesse Bates to Von Bell with 13 seconds started in overtime against Patrick Mahomes. This team can come in clutch whenever they're needed. And what helps is every single time they go into halftime, whether it's against the Raiders, whether against the Titans, whether against the Chiefs, they always seem to adjust to what the problem is. This Bengals team was down, 21-10 going into halftime against that Chiefs team. They adjusted. They were, sort of kind of maybe up against the Titans. They adjusted, and they adjusted against the Raiders to retain the lead that they did have. And something you mentioned was why Matthew Stafford probably has better experience than Burrow does. Yeah, it's true. Matthew Stafford's been in the league 13 seasons now, and there's no denying that he has a great amount of experience. Maybe Matthew Stafford is better prepared for this type of challenge, but I'm going to tell you this much. The reason Joe Burrow didn't get here because of no fluke, he got here because of grit. Joe Burrow, despite being 25 years old, he has been ready for the moment since the time he entered Ohio State. From the time he got denied a scholarship to Nebraska, which is the college of his dreams. From the time that he didn't play, he wasn't a starting quarterback for Ohio State. He wasn't a 5-star recruit. He was barely a 3-star recruit, And he couldn't play at Ohio State. He graduated from there, transferred to LSU, had one rocky season, and then came back and had one of the most prolific passing seasons in college football history. And then one of the things that experts always say is Joe Burrow's always seemed ready for the moment. He's Joe Cool. Well, there's a reason why he's Joe Cool. He's been there. He's done that. if anyone watches SEC, the crowds get probably more intense than the NFL, than half the NFL stadiums do. The crowds for big hype games get to 100,000 in attendance. So
crazy.
and I don't even think there's going to be 100,000 seats that will be sold for the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
So that's why Joe Burrow's ready for this moment. That's why this team is ready for this moment. If anyone's going to have nerves, it's going to be Eli Apple covering whoever the fuck is on offense for the Rams.
Ha!
So that's why I think the Bengals will win or deserve to win this Super Bowl.
Yeah,
So yeah,
that's good.
for a moment, it sounded like "Hard Time Trouble" by Dusty Rhodes.
I mean, for me, it was a struggle. Okay, I don't want to pick Rams. I don't have a good reason for them.
It's one thing. It's one of the things. You don't want to pick Rams, but you know for shit, I'm definitely not picking the Rams.
No. I did my best with you, Rams. I mean, y'all gotta have a stacked defense, and you're telling me you're ranked number 15? Really?
Ranked number 2.
I mean, come on. Also, Eric Weddle is in the Super Bowl final. And honestly, I think he's a former Charger, if I'm correct. I'm happy for the guy.
Fuck him.
Fuck him, but hey, he's a former Charger. I love him. I guess. I don't fucking know. Fuck him! Woohoo! But yeah.
Hey, I guess now it's going to be time for the Bengals seasonal recap.
Gotta touch each game, because week number 1 against the Vikings, 27-24 overtime. Dude, I remember picking Bengals, and when Bengals won, dude, I felt proud.
No denying, the Bengals definitely sort of, kickstarted their season with one of the more impressive wins to open up. That's the weird thing. It was both impressive and also completely unimpressive at the same time.
Exactly. I don't know, the second game's a little bit more in that kind of category.
Minnesota, right. The reason why I say it's unimpressive is I think the only reason why they won was because of a Dalvin Cook fumble. So...
Sorry, I had to race to get water.
Yeah, thank you. There.
Yeah, I had to get water. Joe Cool was way too cool, man.
Yeah, no, I think.
But yeah, you're right. It wasn't Dalvin. It also Vikings were just making their own mistakes, and it surprisingly wasn't from Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, but then the next game against the Bears, Joe Burrow had probably his worst game he's ever had. He threw multiple interceptions in that game.
But also made a comeback. They were down 20-3.
I mean, yeah, he almost made a comeback, but the Bears were they were, for at least the game, kind of good. Remember, this is the same, I find it funny, imagine the Bears. The Bears opened the season facing off against the Rams, and they faced the Bengals. Who would have thought that team would have made the playoffs? Both those teams made the Super Bowl.
Holy shoot. They did. They did.
Started the season on Sunday Night Football playing the Rams, and then next week they beat the Bengals. What the fuck?
Bro, and here's the thing, this game no longer pains me as it does the 49er game when we get there. Because I was thinking, oh my god, Bengals can do it. Bengals can do it! Because they were that good. They didn't. They were this close, bro. Sucks.
Then the next week, I don't think this was the Steelers blowout. That came out later. But this was a really fun game to show that Big Ben ain't it.
Plus, this was shocking. I was also another person that bet for the Bengals. Because, it's like, can the Bengals actually beat the Steelers? Because going into the season, nobody would have picked Bengals for the Super Bowl. So you're just thinking that Bengals would be in the middle ground, so maybe they get one loss to Steelers now.
Yeah, and
Wrong.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought they were probably going to lose to Steelers. The Steelers defense was obviously great. They played really good. But they didn't play better than the Bengals offense.
No, but Bengals, they stepped up on Steelers. If I'm correct, wasn't it like 24-3 and they got a touchdown?
Yeah. And after this game was the Jaguars game. This was a game that on Thursday Night Football, no one gave a shit about, except for me. You have Trevor Lawrence versus Joe Burrow. You have Urban Meyer versus Zach Taylor. And honestly, whatever you think about it, if you had betting odds, who would have thought Urban Meyer would have lost his job before Zach Taylor does?
I know, right? And Zach Taylor's in a Super Bowl before fucking Urban Meyer gets 3 wins.
That is just impressive. And what helped the Bengals here is the Jaguars' lack of good coaching and also blowing leads.
Yeah, it was 14-0 if I'm correct.
It was 14-0 at one point. The Jaguars looked like they were stomping on the Bengals' throat, and then the story of the entire Bengals season happened. Fourth quarter comebacks, defense coming in clutch when they are needed. That's been the story of the Bengals this entire season.
And this is one of the games where I started thinking, Because I was a Bengal believer. I was. And this is one of the games where I'm thinking, huh, okay. You know, it's more of the next game.
Yeah, this is whenever
Packers.
everyone sort of. Here's the thing: everyone after Jaguars been like, "Oh, hey, Bengals, you're 3-1. That's pretty neat." Now you're back facing the Packers. This is where you really start to prove yourself. And honestly,
They did.
even though they lost in overtime, the Bengals proved with enough little tweaks here and there they're going to be legit. Because going off into a shootout with Aaron Rodgers, who at this time this was pre-collapse Aaron Rodgers. This was immunize Aaron Rodgers. This was pre
49er Aaron Rodgers.
This is Aaron Rodgers pre-nut, right? And this everyone thought Aaron Rodgers was the GOAT going to the season. Hell, pretty sure Nilsson and I thought he was the best quarterback this season. How wrong we were.
Yeah, we thought we were overhating him.
No, wait, fuck it. How right we were. We both hated Aaron Rodgers before the fucking season started. Fuck that guy.
We always hated him, and then we're thinking we both questioned if we were overhating him. No.
I think we were actually underhating him. We should hate him more. Fuck that guy.
Fuck Aaron. I mean, dude. Freaking. Also, yet again, can we mention Bengals made another comeback? They made they made a touchdown 2-point conversion comeback. Hey.
The story of this season is they also would have won in overtime if Shooter McPherson wasn't shooting for this game. For this was the only bad game McPherson ever had in the entire season.
And guess what? It kind of got soured over because Mason Crosby also had one of his first performances in a while, too.
It was just brilliant. And I said Packers won 25-22, but at what cost? Because, I mean, Bengals ended up making a Super Bowl.
Yeah, the Bengals lasted the playoffs longer than the fucking Packers, but this is the game right here where I knew the Bengals are going to be a threat. Dark horse, but Super Bowl contender?
Now, the Lions game, that was a blowout. I don't think
Scorigami.
Yeah, Scorigami. That was the game where people were like, yeah, Jamar Chase is pretty good. Then the Ravens was the game that shocked everyone, including myself.
Well, I took notice. They scored 41 against the Ravens back-to-back and the Steelers. Wow.
Yeah.
Now, this game, I was expecting this to be a blowout, okay? This one came out of nowhere. I thought it would be like a close game.
Well, here's the thing. I think the Ravens obviously were suffering through injuries around this time. They'd continue that trend. No one was expecting the Bengals to blow the brakes off the Ravens. And then after this game, this whenever people started saying, oh, the Bengals are dark horses for the season. Oh, the Bengals, they lead the division. They lead the AFC North. Can they keep up this momentum? They're 5-2. And then, obviously that game was the pop to the Ravens. Then the next week, they lost to fucking New York. Not even the Giants, the Jets.
Because of a lot of mistakes that finally bit him in the ass. They got lucky the other times. Well, kinda. But this right here, this was the wake-up call.
This was the game where it really wasn't the offense's fault for this loss. The offense is pretty good, and the defense is horrible.
I mean, the Jets. It's like this right here is like the biggest fear that the Bengals season's gonna go into shit, and it further proves when they get blown out by the Browns.
Think about it this way: before we move to the Browns, remember whenever Mike White was famous for that 1 week?
God, who did he beat? Who did he beat again? No, he almost made a comeback, right?
No, he beat the Bengals, and then almost made a comeback against the Colts until he got injured in the first quarter.
Yeah, and then he came back. Then he came back in another game and showed how actually bad he was.
I think that was against the Patriots.
Yeah, like I was saying, I had never joined the hype train for that. Even if it was a meme, I never joined it because no, please no.
Yeah, and then after that game was the Browns game, where I said that was poor play on both sides of the ball. No one played good in that game.
The one of two games they get blown out in this season, which is impressive. Then bye week.
And I think they definitely need this bye week, and you can tell coming out of this bye week, they definitely changed up a few things. They seemed to have just more energy to face the Raiders because both teams needed this win. Both the Raiders and the Bengals were facing the gun of 500, and they were both above 500. They didn't want to go at 500 or below. But the Raiders just recently lost John Gruden because, racist. And before which Bisaccia would really start to feel comfortable, and so the Bengals just rolled over the Raiders. And even more so in the fourth quarter.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of rolling over, the Steelers game. 31 points in the first quarter. I mean, in the first half.
No, the first quarter was this a Super Bowl? No, they bitch slapped Pittsburgh so hard. Been big. Yeah, been big rethought his life.
Big. Woo! Dude,
The thing is, after this blowing out to the fucking Steelers, blowing out the Steelers 41-10. They lose to the Chargers 41-22. And this wasn't even a blowout. This wasn't a blowout. It became a blowout in the fourth quarter. This was very high scoring in the first half. And then the Bengals started making offensive mistakes, and the Bengals defense just couldn't make any adjustments to the Chargers. But I think about it this way. For the Chargers, you must be fucking punching the air right now knowing that you had the Bengals number.
We did. I mean, it was 24-0. We almost blew a lead. The fact they almost came back is the fun part, but Chargers finally stepped up for once.
Story of the season. Then after that game was the 49ers game, which was another
comeback game.
Oh. Joey Cool almost did it, but then the defense couldn't stop the 49ers.
I mean, here's the thing. This is why this rematch should have been possible, because we know what these two teams can be capable of. We don't know what the fucking Rams and Bengals are capable of.
True. And, this is my thing. If there's a reason for either the Bengals to lose or the Bengals to win, it will literally fall on the defense in the fourth quarter. Can they stop the Rams?
Can they pull off a jet, or can they pull off any other win?
Yeah, pretty much. And Broncos.
I remember this Broncos game. All I know is the defense stepped up for this one.
Literally no one remembers this game because it was so unmemorable. I don't even think the Bengals scored a touchdown in this game.
Yeah, that's where the kicks, man. Aaron
McPherson. Then after this one was the Ravens blowout. And yes, I know the Ravens were playing practice squad guys. That doesn't fucking matter. You're in the NFL, bro. Play good.
You shut out. They shut out both the season shutout both Steelers and Ravens. There we go. Thank God.
Yeah, there you go. You got it. Then after that 500-yard,
I had them beating Chiefs too. I think. I mean, dude.
In the jungle, in the Bengals' home territory, 70,000 packed. Going up against the Chiefs. Patrick
Mahomes.
Down
21-7. Chiefs are on a win streak.
They were on a good. I think they were on 6-2 win streak.
Yeah, they haven't lost since October against the Titans 27-3. Which, boy, howdy, that game was a fucking fluke.
Yeah, that was fluke on both ends.
Yeah.
But the Bengals did it, and yes, they did do it with help of ref ball.
Dude, I still question the fourth and goal stuff, but yet again, in the end, it worked out for Zach. So,
I guess.
But this is the game where they won the North too.
Kings of the North.
And then this week 18. I can't believe we're saying that. They didn't try because, well, why even? You made the playoffs. Just lose.
The funniest thing is they scored the same amount of points as the Browns both weeks.
And this is all the games. Look at this. They scored 41 on the Ravens, scored 41 on the Steelers twice, and Ravens twice, and then Browns scored 41 on them. It's 41 and 16 is the magic numbers for this rivalry.
Yeah.
And 21.
That's the Bengals season recap.
Now the Rams, gotta look it up. The Rams, this should be fun.
Here's the thing, if people thought the Bengals had inconsistency, oh boy.
So week 1, the Bears on Sunday Night Football, and well, yeah, I mean this was Matthew Stafford's debut as a Ram, and I swear to God, every single comment was about. And honestly, every single comment section, almost all the season, was just about how Matthew's on a great team finally. Which, yes, I'm glad he is too, but fuck, shut up.
This was a game where Matthew Stafford was able to air the ball out finally without restrictions of not having receivers who could. But this
isn't shocking. He's been playing the Bears for so many years.
Yeah, and I mean, the funniest part about this game was going to halftime. It was actually close.
Yeah, and then pretty much they ran away with it, and thank God Matt Nagy's gone. Nothing really to say about this game. Now,
the Colts game they probably should have lost if it weren't for Carson Wentz.
Dude, the Colts would have definitely been a playoff threat if they had anybody but Carson Wentz at quarterback.
Well, we say that Carson Wentz played good enough to win the games that they did, but nothing more.
Exactly, he couldn't step up. When he's good, they win, but when he's bad, they lose.
Yep. Then the Bucks game. Now I remember
they deserved to win that game.
This is what everyone was talking about. Oh, the Rams are Super Bowl favorites. They just blew out Tom Brady and company. Oh, and I was thinking, okay, hold your horses there. Let's wait till the playoffs. Because Tom Brady, whenever he loses to a team in September, he doesn't lose to them again.
But
Usually.
in this case, he did. This is the game right here where I knew to completely. I don't like the Bucks. I hate them. Still going to, especially if Tom Brady goes back. But this game right here made me realize, yeah, no. Especially when I realized all their losses were like by 2 possessions. That's bad.
Something else I noticed is that both the Bengals and the Rams, after being hyped up during the middle of the season as Super Bowl favorites, lose the next week.
Yeah, and good God, that Cardinals game, what went wrong?
I think the funny thing is the Rams got more of a pass because everyone around this time after the Cardinals won were thinking, oh, Super Bowl dark horse.
Yeah, and it turns out, no.
No.
Seahawks, I believe it's Thursday Night Football. I believe Carson Palmer. What the fuck? I mean, Russell Wilson got injured.
Yeah, okay, those two are definitely similar in name.
I was thinking of Carson Wentz, okay?
Carson Wentz, Carson Palmer, Russell Wilson, close enough.
Yeah, at least one of them has a ring. Oh wait, two of them do. Fuck.
Yeah, you fucking idiot.
Carson Wentz didn't earn it. But yeah, this game right here, the injured Russell Wilson, and yeah, that kind of took problem number 1 away.
Yeah, and in all fairness, you know, they were going to win anyways, but damn.
Exactly. Giants, 38-11. By the way, both Bengals and the Rams both got scoregamis this year.
Hey? And yeah, this was a clear one. I don't even remember this game. I just remember that the Rams won handily.
Yeah, then the Lions game, one of the best games of this year. That game was fun.
The Lions were very underrated this season. They were a couple possessions away from winning more games.
They were. This game right here, like I said, is one of the best games of the season. It really was.
Then at Houston, where they beat the Texans. Man, it's so easy to beat the Texans, especially at Houston.
Not Jaguars.
Or Chargers.
Fuck you. Damn it, I set myself up for that one.
Yeah.
Oh, then, like the Bengals, they went on a collapse.
Yeah, mid-season collapse. They didn't win a single game in November. Did help that they had a bye week. But then, so they lose the Titans, and this game was like shocking. It was on Sunday Night Football. Everyone saw it. Play like
underwhelming.
Matthew Stafford as a Lion.
Yeah, and then freaking Tannehill for 1 week decided he wanted to be elite.
Then they went from Sunday Night Football to getting blown out on Monday Night.
I don't remember this game at all.
I remember it because I remember this game was like the game everyone was hyping up. Oh, can the Rams finally break the 49ers streak of wins? And then they didn't yet.
No. Yeah, they wouldn't this season.
They went to a bye week, came back, and got slapped around by Aaron Rodgers for a bit.
Makes you wonder if they did actually take on the Packers, what would have happened?
Probably would have beaten Aaron Rodgers. He chokes in the playoffs.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. Hold on, is this Brian Flores news? But before we continue on, I got a notification regarding Brian Flores. Let's just see. You know what? No. I don't know.
You said the
That's the first word for Colin Kaepernick. It's supposed to be about Brian Flores.
Yeah, you said the blackball team. Now we can't go to the Super Bowl, Nilsson. No. Then they blew out the Jaguars, which who was shocked that they blew out the Jaguars? I wasn't.
I wasn't either.
Then the Cardinals. This one was actually a really competitive game. I really enjoyed this game. And this
should
was
have been tied, but Cardinals made dumb decisions.
Yeah, this was a game where people started realizing, okay, maybe the Rams are legit. We just misunderstood them, and maybe the Cardinals aren't legit.
No. Then Seahawks. Yeah. And same with the Vikings.
I don't remember either of those games.
Now, I remember the Ravens game because Ravens decided yet again they need to go for 2-point conversion. If I'm correct. No.
Duh.
Did they do it 3 times?
I think they did. I remember they did it against the
Steelers, then the Vikings.
And they did it against the Vikings, and I think they did it against the Rams as well.
Oh, no. Rams got a touchdown and didn't get the 2-point conversion. I think that's what happened.
I don't know, man.
Though I would have put it past them.
I mean, no, I wouldn't either.
Now, this game right here, the final game.
I hate the Rams for this game. Because
you had one job.
It fucking... I said this in the previous podcast. I didn't blame the 49ers for winning. I blamed the Rams for losing.
But yet again, because 49ers did this, because 49ers won this, Packers got out. So, hey. All's well that ends well.
The Packers earlier this season.
Oh, yeah, I forgot y'all did, didn't you? 38-3?
Yeah, fucking Rodgers.
Oh, wait, no. I was about to say his seasons both seasons ended with 3.
I mean...
Bengals know a thing or two about that. I mean, Aaron Rodgers didn't throw a touchdown either one of the games.
I think the best way to say it is his season started by losing 30-3 and then ended by losing by 3 points.
Exactly. There you go. And he's no longer gonna be a Packer. So
Fuck him.
I mean, exactly. I mean, God. I mean, this game. I can't deny 49ers made a 17-point comeback. They like I said, not fault against 49ers. Credit to y'all. Y'all deserve that. Rams, you're dumb. You're dumb.
You're done to delete.
You're dums. And yeah, that's the seasons. Literally, they both have like the same amount of seasons. But here's the thing with Bengals. Only 2 games, really, and hell, even one of those games was not, like, one of those games were actually truly a blowout. With the Rams, they deserve to lose all these, besides the 49ers game.
Yeah.
Like, truly, it really shows who's the more talented team here. Which, speaking of which, predictions. Now, I'm going to just jump right into saying my pick. For me, I'm a supporter, of weird scoring Super Bowls. This is why 52 is goated. Here's the thing. I didn't go against Bengals this whole entire playoffs. Why would I do it now? Bengals are going to defeat the Rams 37-33.
I've been going sort of with a gut feeling for the Bengals winning all this season. Here's the thing. It's weird because I had the gut feeling, okay, they're going to beat the Raiders. I had the sort of gut feeling they were going to beat the Titans with the Chiefs. I was thinking, oh man, the Chiefs are probably going to win. But I had a feeling Joey Burrow would get them out. They kind of did. And I picked the Bengals. And this one, once again, it seems like an insurmountable challenge. But so did the Chiefs. So did the
They made a 21-3 comeback against the Chiefs.
So you know what? I'm going to put my faith in Joe Shiesty, Joe Cool, Joey Franchise, Joey Burr, and Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, all those guys. I'm going to put my faith in that Bengals team. I'm pretty sure that Bengals coaching staff, if they don't fucking shit the bed, will do good. I'm going to put my faith in Cincinnati and the Bengals. I'm going to predict the final score will be Bengals 29, Rams 23.
Ooh. Here's the thing. This story has been told 3 times already since 2007. Twice with Giants, one with the Ravens. Why would we put it against the Bengals not to do it again?
Yep.
I mean, everything is going in their favor. For me, it's just more of, you beat Raiders on a last-second pick. You end your playoff streak, loot drought, great. Then you beat number 1 and number 2 seed in their home field.
And this is the thing. This is also the season of breaking streaks with the Bengals. They broke the streak of not winning for 30 years. They won their first road playoff game in franchise history. And then they beat the Chiefs.
They got sacked 9 times.
And then they beat the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game in Arrowhead.
And they've caused Patrick Mahomes not to throw a single touchdown in the second half and technically the third half because overtime.
Yeah, so this is just a season of breaking streaks. And I'm all here for it.
So don't bring up the fact that they're going to be playing in L.A. Oh no, L.A. crowd. It's going to get to them. They were in Arrowhead. That's the place that's going to get in his head. No. Well, here, no.
And also the fact there was only 2,000 Rams fans that went to the send-off of the Rams.
Like, no, trust me. They're not going to be faced by this. They have been on the road since the Titans game. They went against 2 fan bases that are pretty loud. I mean, we could debate Titans fans are, are bandwagon, but, come on. I did not count against Rams and the Bengals up to this point. I'm not going to do it now. I can't. I'm not.
Hey, go Bengals. Break the streak of not winning the Super Bowl in your franchise. Win the first one this Sunday.
Come on. Do it against an NFC West team. I just took notice. Wow. All against NFC West.
Interesting. But yeah, well, technically the 49ers were kind of maybe sort of NFC West, but they also kind of weren't really in the 80s.
Oh, yeah, they weren't really. Well, it's your screw history. I thought to look at that shit, clearly. But now, the age-old question, will the Super Bowl 56 be a great Super Bowl? I mean, how can we go against that? Look at the playoffs since the division round, which, trust me, next podcast on the Super Bowl review, we're going to talk about all that, every single playoff game, and just, again, not really dissect it, but really decide if it is the greatest playoffs of all time. I cannot see how this would not be.
I think the stories going into it are really, really great. The story of mentor's Sean McVay against his protege, Zach Taylor. Story of 2 former number 1 overall picks, both from the SEC, Matthew Stafford and Joe Burrow. Story of, great LSU wide receiver talent, Odell Beckham Jr., Jamar Chase. Yeah, they both went to LSU. Crazy thing. Story of
Wow.
just overall the Browns not having a good time at all. They're their greatest rival, and then Odell Beckham Jr. in the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, youngest head coaches to go get each other Super Bowl. And I believe wasn't last year like the oldest.
I think, I yeah, I think so.
Yeah, 69 versus 62, and now we have 38
Yep.
versus 36.
Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, but no, this definitely is going to be an interesting. At first, the uniforms. I love the uniforms of the Bengals, and also the end zones look really great. I love the end
Dude,
zone.
Bengals are coming in the Super Bowl looking hot, and then there's the Rams. Ugh.
Yeah.
Dude, what is up with the captain logo placement?
What's up with the fact that I still say this? They look like they came straight out of IKEA.
I'm gonna send you this GIF, and you look at these uniforms. You're actually not gonna see it, so sucks to suck. But imagine if those were the uniforms.
Yeah.
Those have been nice. I mean, it just. And here's the thing regarding this. I'm scared. Here's the thing. All Matthew Stafford has to do is score a touchdown. He's already had a better performance than Jared Goff, and automatic 10-year deal. But it's just which I cannot believe Rams actually stupid. But I'm scared about how the Rams were last time. But here's the thing: Rams earned their shot here. Rams got here because they actually earned it and wasn't bullshit. But it's just more of the fact of, will they do it again? I mean, for this case, I won't be as upset because Bengals will win. Hey, good.
It's going to be pretty. I said it's going to be curious. I don't think it's going to be a blowout, nor do I think it's going to be a shutout type game or very defensive. It's going to be really back and forth. I think it's going to be a point where both teams have complete control in either the first, second, or third quarter, and it's going to just come down to the fourth quarter.
I mean, seriously, it's one of those Super Bowls you just don't know, and that's good. I've been waiting so long. I don't think I've been this excited for a Super Bowl since 50. Nah, I won't even say 54. We were just happy that it was a different Super Bowl. But let's be honest with ourselves. Do we actually care?
And this is the thing. It's going to be my final saying on this podcast and on the Super Bowl. This is what the real story is going to be about in the game. Can the Bengals' offensive line contain that pressure that Von Miller and Aaron Donald are going to give? And can the Bengals' defense contain the Rams' wide receivers? That's what's going to be the main story of the game. Because if Burrow has time in the pocket, he's going to find his weapons. And if the Bengals' secondary can stop Cooper Kupp, Odell Beckham Jr., or Van Jefferson, then they'll be set. And I think Cam Akers is a great running back. He can definitely get them some yards when needed. But that's going to be what really comes down. That's really going to be the stories of this game.
And I just hope this game tells a story. I mean, I'm hoping for a 52, man. I'm hoping for 52, not a 53.
52 is a classic that no one thought was going to be a classic.
Yeah, so it's like, I mean, here's the thing, we don't know if this is going to be a classic or not. We don't know. Like, we for all we know, this could be a good game. I want this to be more than just good. I want this to be great.
I'm just going to put this up. I'm not keeping my expectations overly high. I'm going to keep my expectations as low as they have been all season, all playoffs, because it sort of ended up working out in my favors. And I obviously, I'm a Saints fan. I didn't have the Saints pick in the playoffs. Hey, guess fucking what? That happened. With the Bengals, I sort of kept my expectations low the entire run because, okay, Raiders are a good team. Okay, Titans have Derrick Henry back. Okay, the Chiefs exist, right? And so this Rams team, just keep your expectations leveled, and you won't be disappointed. And that's where awesome. I'm going to go, and that's how I'm going to say on it.
For me, my final say on this is I don't really care who wins. I mean, for Gold over here, yeah. I don't care who wins this game. It's one of those Super Bowls where whoever wins, I'm fine with. Bengals are going to get their first ring. Rams are going to get their first ring in like 25 years. So
yeah.
I'm hoping for a great game. Oh, man, please, just NFL, your story writers, please write a good story, okay?
Yeah.
But that's all. Next podcast, one of the few times I'll be doing this, but next podcast is stacked. I mean, we have the Super Bowl review, greatest playoffs ever, and greatest Super Bowl, our own Super Bowl list of greatest Super Bowls of all time, and possibly worse. Don't expect that one, but if it happens, it happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is all. Get ready for that one. That's going to be a fun one. But hope you all enjoyed this Peace.